employment creation, and that will be over the medium to long term. There will be benefits to Bahamian entrepreneurs because they'll have that freed up capital, they'll have market access and improved terms of trade over the medium to long term. There will be Bahamian young people who benefit because they will get greater opportunities in that more modernized, efficient economy, and that will be over the medium to long term. And there will be Bahamian government benefits because an expanding economy means a more buoyant circumstance in which to raise revenue, which can help the government's fiscal circumstances. Losers, the government, well, to the extent that it is going to have to find some new sources of revenue if it lowers duty. Now, given the offer that we have made to date, do you know what the level of revenue loss is for the government of the Bahamas estimated? It ain't 200 million. It's not 150 million. It's not 100 million. It's not 80 million. It's not 60 million.
Huh?
It's about $40 million. The government of the Bahamas wastes that amount of money probably on an annual basis. Also, the government of the Bahamas gives in customs duty exemptions, concessions, almost $1 billion every year. $1 billion. It could cut that by 10% and make up the $40 million. Do you understand? So there are those possibilities. There's also some domestic producers, people who now compete with imports whose custom duties are high, who might face a little bit more competitive or some more competitive pressure because the custom duty is lowered. And there has to be a means to rectify that situation for them. Some service providers may also find themselves competing with foreign investors. May. And then, of course, I think the chief trade negotiator, because if this don't go so well, y'all might be talking about me for a long time. Right? And so, where are we in the process, in the negotiating process? The whole accession process involves an application, a memorandum of trade regime submission. We've done that. The negotiations at the multilateral, plurilateral, and bilateral levels. Now let me explain this a little bit because, you know, people say, oh, we shouldn't join the WTO. We should do a bilateral with the United States of America. Well, actually, the WTO process involves bilaterals, including for us, most importantly, with the United States of America. We've already held some bilaterals to that extent. Then there's if you get through this process, there's the ministerial approval, meaning that there are ministers of trade that represent the most powerful decision-making body of the WTO that has to approve your accession. And then there's the Bahamas parliamentary approval process. In terms of the negotiating process itself, if the negotiations involves 5 steps, this is where we are. So for people who say, it's a done deal, we're done, it's over, it's finished, we already signed. If it involves 5 steps, we are right there. We are reboot. That's where we are. 6 years later. 6 years later from the last working party meeting, 17 years from the time we submitted our application. This is where we are, right there, right there. I want to make sure you see this. I have one side. 17 years later. And if we're done, and when we're finished, what will likely happen is, when you join, they will give you probably 5 to 7 or 10 years to adjust to your joining. So on day 1, there'll be no immediate, okay, the Bahamas, everything can be done now. Did the United States of America not renegotiate its NAFTA agreement just recently?
Yeah.
It did, right? Did you hear President Trump say it won't come into force until 2020?
I think so.
Why? Because there is an adjustment period that they allow. Now, if those big countries allow 2 years to adjust, what do you think they do for us? All right? So that's essentially where we are, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you.